Hey loves, welcome back to the channel. Well, today we are going to be making morning glory muffins. Now this is something that I've made a long time ago and I haven't made it in a really long time, so I decided that I'm going to do that today. So these are all there. Trust me, there's so many ingredients in this, so I definitely had to do some prep before. But basically morning glory muffins, they're just little muffins that you can have for breakfast, and they're filled with a lot of healthy and vegetable and fruit options, right? And they're so interchangeable, it's not even funny. All right, so let us start with the dry ingredients first. So here we have 1 cup of whole wheat flour right there. We have 1 cup of all-purpose flour. We have 1/4 cup of flax meal, so that's the flaxseed grounded. Then we have 1/4 cup of wheat germ here. We have 1 teaspoon, no, half teaspoon, sorry, of salt. We have 1 cup of sugar, and we have 2 teaspoons of baking powder. To that, we're also going to add 1 teaspoon of cinnamon powder and 1 teaspoon of nutmeg powder. All right, now our other ingredients, I have 1/3 cup here of pineapple juice, and I also added 1 tablespoon of lemon juice to this. I have pureed, well, I have crushed pumpkin here, so I just steam the pumpkin for about 10 minutes and then just crush it. I have 3 eggs right there. I have 1/2 cup of chopped walnuts. I have coconut oil right here. I'm going to be also using some blue agave nectar. And I said that there's a lot of ingredients. Over here, we have 2 cups of shredded carrot, 1 cup of freshly shredded coconut. I have 2 small bananas over there, so that's 1/3 cup, and I have 1/3 cup of crushed pineapple as well. And right here we have 1 heaping tablespoon of freshly grated ginger. So all of this will be going into our muffins, and trust me guys, it is so good. You can interchange some of these things because you can even use apple if you'd like. You can use applesauce. So it just depends. So these are the things that I'm using, and basically what I'm going to be using them this week is for meal prep. So I'll just grab 1 or 2 and I'm going to work for my breakfast, of course with some tea or something. So there we go. So we are just going to get into the video right now with all of these ingredients, and it's going to come together really quickly, which is why I did the prep before. All right, so let's get into the video. So here we go. So to our powdered or dried ingredients over there, I'm going to go ahead and add the 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. So this is a 1/2 teaspoon, so I'm just going to use 2 of these. Of nutmeg, sorry, this is nutmeg, so that's 1 teaspoon. And then I'm going to use 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. So I'm going to use 4 of these because, as I said, this is a 1/2 spoon. So 1/2 teaspoon. 2, 3, 4. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and just mix that together, mixing all of the dry ingredients in one. Now, as I said, the first time I made this was when I was in culinary school, and I thought, oh my gosh, this tastes really good. And then it has so many healthy stuff in it, because guys, if you want, you can completely just use agave nectar and leave out the sugar altogether. If you want to make it vegan, you know, you can leave out the egg and just use the flax meal and add a little liquid to say make flax egg. So there's so many options that you can use this for. So that's one of the reasons, as I said, and because I like to do meal prep, I like to do things like this because I know that I can just grab it in the morning when I'm going, and I can have it cold, or I can have it warm it up in the microwave for a little. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add our nuts to our flour mixture and just mix that around. I'm also gonna go ahead and add our shredded carrots and our shredded coconut to the mixture, as well as the grated ginger. So I'm adding all of that into here. I'm going to leave the pineapple and the banana to mix with the liquid ingredients. Alright, so there we go. Adding all of that to the mixture. So why we're doing it this way is because we don't want all of the pieces of carrot and coconut to just sink right down to the bottom, and I think that when you do it this way it allows it to come together more. For me it comes together better when you do it like this. So I always add these to the flour mixture first and just mix all of that together. Now you do not need a mixer for this. You can definitely just use your hand, but if you want to, you can definitely use your mixer. I don't need to use it, I just need to use a spatula and mix all of this together. Alrighty, so all of that is done. Next we're going to mix together all the wet ingredients. So this is the pan with the wet stuff. Now of course I still have little scrapes of the carrot and the coconut in there, but that's okay. So to this I'm going to add, as I said, this is 1/3 cup of apple and pineapple juice as well as 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. So I'm adding that to there. This of course is our 1/2 cup of pureed pumpkin. Adding it there. I'm going to go ahead and add our coconut oil to it. So we're going to be using 1/3 cup of coconut oil. So in our little cup here, I'm just looking for 1/3 cup, and it's, where is that? It's right there. So we're just going to pour 1/3 cup of the coconut oil right in here. There we go. Adding that to our liquid mixture here. And of course I'm going to measure out 1/4 cup of the blue agave nectar as well. So here we have it, 1/4 cup. There we go. And we're adding that to our liquids here. Now I generally always add the oil first so that the sweetener is easier to come out of the cup. Just a little tip, especially if you're using honey, it's best to use the oil first because it will help it to come out of the cup easier. So we're just mixing all of those liquid ingredients together. Look at that, oh my gosh, it's going to be so good. So now we are going to go ahead and add our eggs to our liquid mixture here. So for me, I generally break my eggs in something separate before I put it into my mixture, just in case any of them is not good or it's spoiled. So we have a little piece of shell there. Take it out, pop it in there. So that's just a tip again, guys. Always break your eggs separately, just in case any of them is not good. You wouldn't have spoiled your entire batch. That's 2. And our last one. Right into the container. And then we're just going to mix that together. So just break up the egg yolks with your little spatula here and mix all of that together. Now guys, it doesn't have to be perfect, you just want all the liquids together. So while I do this, let me just inform you, my oven is already preheating 350 degrees. So you want that 350 degrees, and you're going to bake this, depending on your oven, for 30 to 45 minutes. It depends on your oven, guys. So just watch it and then ensure it's not burnt. I'm going to put this in some muffin tins. Alright, so let's add the liquid ingredients now to our dry ingredients. So to our dry ingredients, I'm gonna go ahead and pour in our liquid mixture. Just have a little space there and pour all of that in. Of course, use your spatula to scrape out all of that good stuff out of there. Guys, this is gonna be so yummy! Alright, loves, so we've mixed in the, as you saw me before, mixing in the liquid ingredients to the dry. The only thing that we did not add to our mixture is our vanilla. So I'm going to be using this Sir Henry Clear Vanilla. I'm going to use 1 whole tablespoon to it. And then mix that together, and that's it. See, come together really quickly, loves. Nothing too hard, nothing difficult. And you just want to mix that. No, I don't know if you can look and see all of the freckles of spices and the flaxseed. Like, I can see all of them in the mixture. All right. So once we've incorporated that, we are going to go ahead and spoon that into our pans. Now, as I said, I'm using egg tins. So we have them right here. And we are just going to spoon all of that into the tins. So I just use a ice cream scoop and just basically use 1 full ice cream spoon in it. And it's as simple as that, loves. Love, so I made enough that I can actually make a little muffin little loaf tin out of it. So I'm using this small one to use the rest in it. So as you can see, you can definitely use this for meal prep, as I said, it's actually going to be filling and quite healthy as well. So I'm just gonna add the rest to the pan. And then I have Morning Glory loaf. There we go. All of that yummy goodness into our loaf tin. Now, persons, I don't know. I love the baking part of baking. You know, some persons like the decorating and pretty up. This is the part that I love. Putting different things together and seeing how it comes out. Like, love it. Now guys, I just use this right here to hold the parchment paper and help it not to slide, because sometimes when you're pouring it will turn over into the pan. So I just use a parchment paper so the bottle starts to hold the parchment paper in place. Now I'm just gonna cut off a little bit off the sides. You don't want all of that in the oven. And then we're gonna go ahead and pop the muffins and the loaf in the oven because the oven is already preheated. So there we go. We have the loaf tin, we have the small muffin tin here, and then we have the big one. So we got all of this from the ingredients that we just used. Yes. So here we go. We have 12 plus 6, 18 muffins and 1 loaf from what we just made. So we are going to go ahead and pop them in the oven. Now the loaf may take a little bit longer, but let's see, because it's the first time putting it in a loaf tin, but it shouldn't be much different from if you're making a banana bread. Alrighty, so let's pop these in the oven. I'm so excited. And I may be giving persons to taste, because I have so many people want to be my tasters, so I think I'm gonna give a couple persons a few of these. Yes. Alright loves, so our muffins are out of the oven. Look at that. So the muffins were in there for about 25 to 35 minutes, and then the loaf was in there for 10 minutes longer. Look at that. I'm so excited. Hey. So there we are. You should smell it. It smells amazing. Look at that. And that just pops right out of that. Look this. Look at that. There we go. Pops right out. It's done. It is so good. Alright, they're still a little warm, so when they cool, I shall just try breaking this one open. Just look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look, just look in there. Look at that. You can see the pieces of coconut. Trust me guys, that is so delicious.